So we're here for round two after our round one bye, and our hand has no land. So that's great. And this is pretty reasonable. A lot of life paying, but should end up going pretty well, assuming we find any Death Shadows and we're not playing against like Burn or something. So we'll see what happens. If our opponent ever shows up. Opponent's on 6. And yeah, I guess we just wait here. Alright. So we're both on 6. Cavern of Souls. Sliver? Excuse me? This simply will not fly. Let's get rid of that right now. Opponent only has 4 cards left. Yeah, might be mana screwed, so take out that land ASAP. Hopefully we can deal with this rampaging Sliver here. So I think we have enough life loss stuff that we don't want to fetch any watery graves, so I'll lead with the Underground Sea, play out the Delta, or the Delver, rather. Delta in my hand, clearly. Maybe we can have a 3-2 to hold off this 1-1. Well, we got a Flying Mutavault over there. Any secrets to be revealed? Yes. Excellent, excellent. So I think we're gonna have to cycle these street rates at some point. Might as well be now. Gets the Bayou. Don't want to draw land. Maybe we'll draw a Death Shadow or something. Be kind of sweet. All right. Well, definitely fine just playing out these 2 Death Rites. A little wary about just cycling all these street wraiths at once, because we could end up needing this 2 life. I guess with Death Rite, street wraith kind of pays for itself, which is kind of funny. And we'll see what our opponent's working with here. Crystalline Sliver would be kind of a beating, I guess, because we didn't dismember anything. Yep. Alright, so they all have Flying and Shroud, so that's kind of bad. So maybe we should have killed that Gale Rider Sliver when we had the chance, I don't know. Hard to say. So here we could leave the Aberration back to block. But I'm not really sure that gets us anywhere. So... Still unsure what to do with the Street Wraith. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to just cycle this, but I feel like I might be able to win this race without cycling it, so... Let's see if we can accomplish that. And no spell, so that kind of stinks. Alright. We should have cycled that earlier. Would have drawn a Wasteland, which is... It's like, okay, but can't really tag the Mutavault, unfortunately. So I could waste the Tundra, but I might want to dismember and daze it. Just in order to get some spells in the yard so I can start death writing things and actually try and kill my opponent. Definitely a tough game. Possibly one that I could have had a more commanding holdover. Well, we'll see here. If I draw another spell, I can actually kill my opponent. So yeah, they're not even gonna attack. They're scared now. Alright. So we're going to put 2 spells in the graveyard. Basically for no gain. And hopefully our opponent doesn't... If our opponent had like a swords or something, they would just probably use it on the Delver and keep attacking me, but... Gonna Force a Will my days, I assume. So now my Deathrite is going to die to this Dismember. Which is pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Very interesting scenario. Removing Hibernation Sliver. So, bright side is we have actual Delver food. Maybe I should have dismembered my Delver, because if that got forced, that would not be the worst thing, but... Take out the Tundra, see if my opponent activates Mutavault. If they do, then I won't attack. I'll just keep this thing back to block. If we're able to block the Crystalline Sliver, then we'd be in a good spot, but I'm not going to trade the Aberration with the Mutavault, and kind of want to waste my opponent's Tundra anyway, so they can't play like a Brainstorm or anything, but I guess this deck might not even have Brainstorm. That's entirely possible. Yeah, if you want to attack with a Mutavault, by all means. Dig through time's pretty nice. So now Aberration is going to force a block. I assume they will block with just the Gale Rider Sliver, but if they block a Crystalline Sliver, then I'll be happy to like dismember something and pretty much be in the driver's seat at that point. This game has been a weird one. Guess that's what you get when you play Death Shadow against Counter Sliver. Oh, he's just gonna block with the Crystalline Sliver. All right. Yeah, our opponent won round 1. Hey now. Hey now. What's wrong? Hope you lay down. Any combat damage. Alright. So we could dig right now. If we find like a if we find like a Death Shadow, we could play that and that'd be good. But I think I might just have to keep open Dismember mana, so I don't think I can really just dig right now. Also, this Deathrite Shaman's lethal, so I'm not taking lethal damage currently, so yeah. I think we just sit. Dig Through Time up on the screen there, because it's a pretty nice looking card. Wasteland did some nice work this game on what is presumably a 4-color deck, but could also just be 3. It could just have Sinew Sliver instead of Muscle Sliver, but if I were playing Counter Sliver and had Cavernous Souls, I'd probably just want to play all 8 Muscle Slivers. Aether Vial's not going to do it. Ooh, Berserk. I think grab a Thoughtseize and a Probe. Alright, they're just going to concede. Fair enough, fair enough. So I like the Deluges, for sure. And I think that's about it. I can see cutting the Street Wraiths. Ugh, excuse me. Since we're getting attacked already, it doesn't seem like we really need the Street Wraiths. Delusions are definitely good to kill all the creatures, and then what do we want? I like the Berserk, I like the Reanimates. It's possible the removal spell is just Plow, so maybe the Reanimate is not great. I'm not sure what else I would really want, though. Like, not enough stuff for Flusterstorm, really. Don't really want him or Sylvan. Maybe I could take Sylvan, I guess. They do have Swords of Plowshare, Sylvan might be good. I don't think Sylvan's going to be great, but it might be better than Reanimates. Kind of want to kill Aether Vial too, but I don't want to board in Decay if they have Wasteland. Seems kind of silly. And the sand looks pretty solid. It's not really what we want to be doing, but it is something a little different. Kind of drew a new deck here. Opponent is on 4 cards, apparently, so pretty brutal. Definitely would have forced that Vial had I had it. And I'm guessing these Dazes are going to end up not being very good, since our opponent doesn't really have anything to cast, and things that they can cast, like, are probably not going to get cast off Mutavault. So yeah, I think we can just chuck these Dazes. Well, there's another one. So we can play the Angler next turn, which I definitely want to do. Dismember open to snipe anything that gets vialed in. Hopefully not crystalline sliver. Oh, so there are the muscle slivers. And yeah, I forgot about predatory slivers. There's actually 12 muscle slivers you can play. So Force of Will, not doing too much. So we'll let him keep that. And then we'll just dismember the sliver as it comes in. We take 4 now, but we're going to take 2 from this at least. Probably 3. If they draw a land, it's like another point, so we're actually saving life. Now we can jam the Angler as a blocker. And we have Dig Through Time on top. I don't think we need to save these lands. Probably save 1 in case of Deathrite. Then we just have to hold off some grizzly bears. All right, pup, come here. Well, there's the crystalline sliver. Pretty good draw. Alright, Deluge will be nice. So no matter what, with my Death Shadow as a 1/1, Deluge is not going to kill it. So that's pretty sweet. Opponent exiles a Hibernation Sliver, which is good because that could kind of mess up our Deluge. Not really, though, because it would set him back a bunch. So we'll play out 2/2 Death Shadow. I don't think we need to pay life here. And then what's the worst that happens if our opponent vials in Muscle Sliver and then plays a land, animates Mutavault? Worst case scenario is we take 6. So I think we can attack. And then if our opponent wanted to double up there, they certainly could have done that. We could have killed both their slivers, which would have been a pretty bad trade for me, considering I have Deluge on top, but I think it's a trade that my opponent does not want to make. Because then they're just left with a Mutavault and a Vial against a Death Shadow, and I'm not sure how they're ever winning. So, should be in a pretty good spot. One, two, three. Could pay an extra life there to make my shadow a little bit bigger. I don't really see a need to do that necessarily. So we just hit our opponent for 4, and then we're left with 2 5/5s with our opponent at 10, and we have Force Will back up, so that should be it. That second... Ooh, Chalice on 0. Interesting. So that second Deluge I added was pretty good. Granted, my opponent mulled to 4. But that is apparently how you beat Slivers with Death Shadow.